Hi, my name is Shan. I'm going to get ready to start on an HCG diet journey, and I'd like to welcome you to come along. So what I'd like to do is just share with you about myself. I actually learned about the HCG diet earlier this year, back in February. Today is November 23rd, 2010. I heard about it back in February. I started the protocol, and I did it sublingually that time. And, you know, it just didn't work out for me. I don't know if the drops were too diluted and just didn't, didn't suppress my hunger enough, or what it was, but I did lose weight, 50 to 20 pounds, and because I do need to lose a lot more, but it just didn't work out for me. I wasn't able to stay on the protocol the whole way, so I just kind of let it go. I haven't really put much of the weight back on, but now I'm ready in my head. I'm ready to get started. I'm ready to just move along. I'm tired of talking about it, and I'm going to start doing it. And that's basically why I have this YouTube channel started, because I need an accountability partner. I need somebody, I need a place to put myself out there, so that I know that I have to report someplace every day to say, you know, how I'm doing, where I'm going, and what I'm at. So my vlog will consist of me signing in daily, showing, you know, talking about my weight, talking about what I did the day before, how I'm feeling, things like that. So maybe you can have some kind of bearing on if this would work for you or not. So what I'm doing is I'm following Dr. Simeon's protocol, and I'm going to follow it step by step so that it can be as successful as it's supposed to be. So my suggestion for you is to get a copy of Dr. Simeon's program. I know you can get it for free online. I'm going to try and get a link and put it in the box below so that you can have a copy of it through here. You don't have to go searching for it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow it just like how it says, is doing it the injection style. I know there's a lot of products out there, you know, pills, sublingual drops, I know there's a few other things like sprays, but you know, his protocol calls for the injections, so that's the way we're going. So what I did was I visited my doctor, and he was able to look me over, told me I'm a perfect candidate for it, and he prescribed me my HCG injections. So what I suggest to you is go ahead and get in touch with your doctor, have them tell you that yes, you're good, and have them prescribe it to you. That's the easiest way to get it by prescription. If they're not familiar with it and they don't do it, ask them for a referral, maybe a homeopathic doctor in your town that can help you find that as well. So the first thing I have, of course, are my HCG injections. That's how my pharmacy gave it to me. Of course, I got some alcohol swabs in here, and I got 6 syringes here, pre-filled for me, ready to go. And I have 6 syringes of the HCG, and it looks like on my 7th day I'm doing a vitamin B12 injection. And those are ready for me to go, and every week I'll just pick up my new box. I will say this about the HCG diet. It isn't cheap. I pay about $100 a week for these prescriptions, but I'm a numbers girl, and when I looked at the numbers, to me it was worth it to think about the long term. My husband and I like to think in things in long term, make decisions today that are going to affect us 10, 15, 20 years down the road. And to me, 6 weeks being on the program, maybe 7 or 8 weeks, that's an $800 investment now in 2010, and the dividends it's going to pay down the road, you know, with my daughters seeing me living a healthier lifestyle, and for them how that goes into head. So, you know, yeah, it's a little bit of a sacrifice now, but to me it will be well worth it at the end of the line. So because I'm going to have my injections, I definitely want to have a place to put my sharps. You can buy this at any pharmacy that you have, Walmart, Target. I got this at Target for about $3. You don't want to be just throwing those sharps into the garbage can and end up in the landfill. There's a place for you to send this in, and you can go ahead and take care of that and have your sharps done. Another thing that the protocol calls for is absolutely no oil. So you see my skin is a little shiny today. I'm just heating up the last bit of oil that I can have, because I know starting tomorrow I can't have it. So what I did was I found some online products online that I could buy that would allow me to still be clean and healthy, that don't have oils. First thing I found was shampoo made by Hcg. Picked it up at my local health food store, and they basically have it in the aloe vera brand. When I looked at all of Hcg's flavors, almost all of them had oil in it. The aloe vera was the only one who didn't have the oil in it, of course, so that's what I grabbed. Another thing I'm going to use, of course, is body soap. Ivory. I've got some Ivory, which is basically no oils. Another soap is good as Zest and Dial. Just make sure that when you read them that there's no oil in them. These are going to allow me to keep clean. Another thing to do is keep smelling clean, is I want to make sure I have some deodorant. So here I found at the health food store called a Crystal a crystal deodorant, and it's very interesting. All it is just like it's a literal crystal, and this should last you, according to the bottle, at least a year of use. All you have to do is wet it with every use, put it on underneath like a normal deodorant, and it's supposed to basically protect you from body odor. Another thing that has oil that we use in our everyday life, toothpaste. So of course here I have Tom's toothpaste. This is a recommended toothpaste to use that contains no oils, and they have different flavors. I chose the whole care. Another thing I made sure I bought was some latex gloves. Bought some gloves because in the last time I did this, I realized there were so many things that I was touching every day that had oils in them. So I really wanted to make sure I have this in my purse or have it available so that I can put it in my, just have it available so I can use it in the event that I need it. For you ladies out there, makeup is a no-no because so many of them contain oil. However, Simeon's does allow lipstick. So I am a MAC user, so I use lipstick. I use a very natural color, but of course you can use anything. But it's only lipstick, not lip balm, not lip gloss. All those have a lot of oils in them, so make sure that it's the lipstick that you have. I am currently researching if the MAC eyeliner is allowed, because to see if it has oils in it. I'm guessing it does, so I'm not going to go ahead and try it unless I know for sure that it isn't. But I will get back to you folks on one of my future vlogs. Another thing is their sheer powder. The powder is okay. It does not contain oils. So I am going to go ahead and keep using that. Another thing that they have that I'm going to be allowed to still use is their bronzer. And I forgot to bring that out from the bathroom, so I'm not even going to stop the tape. But as far as makeup, very minimal. 40 days out of my life, I'm okay. It's fine. So that's pretty much as it is for body care. Now you're going to get into the food, because after the first, second days after you're gorging, you're going to be on a very low calorie diet. And that one is where you're going to have to really watch the foods. The protocol really lays out for you exactly what you're allowed, how you're allowed to cook it. So one of the things that I had a hard time finding the last time that I finally found at the actual end of my last phase was those crostini sticks. You're allowed 2 of them per day. One with each lunch, your lunch and your dinner. So I need to hope that my husband and kids don't eat them all this time like they did the last time. But these are a great thing just to get a little bit of a crunch and a little bit of a carbohydrate feeling in there. Another very important thing to do and to have is a food scale. Have something that can measure in grams, because you're going to be having 100 gram servings. And that's really going to help you stay on track. You don't want to be having more than you need. And of course, the most important thing you can ever have is water. Have water available to yourself all the time. Carry it around with you. And of course, I know a lot of the natural people suggest glass, which that's what this is. If you only have bottled water, hey, that's perfectly fine. Just drink it. You're allowed to drink tea and coffee unsweetened throughout the whole protocol as much as you want. So that's fine. I went and bought a whole bunch of teas today. And I'm going to make some, I'm going to, boil some water and make some of them into iced tea and just have them prepared for me so I can be ready. So I'm excited to get started tomorrow and, have my gorge days. I love food, so the gorge days were actually a real treat for me. And they actually really prepare me mentally, and they prepare my body physically for the days ahead where I'm going to be on that very low calorie diet where I'm only going to be taking 500 calories in a day. So I look forward to starting this journey again. I look forward to looking back on this video and seeing where I am at my last video and seeing if I'm going to have to do another round or whatever it is, just to see my progress. Also to see any of your progress if you guys do decide to do it, and maybe answer any questions I might be able to. I'm not an expert. Please don't say, oh, Shan on the internet said that, this is what you're supposed to do. I'm just trying it out for myself. I've done a lot of research, and I suggest you do that too. So I will see you folks in the morning, let you know how my injection and all that stuff goes, and I'll be checking in with you to let you know if it's hard or if it's not. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Until then, you have a good evening. Good night.